I like that music.
It's good.
It seems
kind of sounds like a club, right?
Yeah, like a dirty club.
Club music.
Yeah.
Club music.
Speaking of clubs.
Speaking of clubs.
Speaking of dating.
Dating.
Speaking of apps on your phone, because that's what we're talking about today.
That's what we're talking about.
Dating.
I hope you guys are excited about that.
Yeah.
We have to be a little more excited, though. We're kind of dull.
I'm excited.
It's 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Everybody's in the house is sleeping.
Somebody's playing with my feet.
It's me.
Okay.
I like it.
Footsies.
We really need to be a little bit more like, we're going to talk about dating apps.
Dating apps.
Dating
apps.
Right?
Yeah, definitely.
That's
dating apps.
Yeah.
What would your profile look like? Like what's
Mine?
your bio? Yeah.
Mine?
Yeah, let's hear
Yeah,
it, Rob.
Rob,
Okay,
if you want bio.
Bored, married with 4 kids.
Bored in the house.
Literally so boring.
Looking for some fun.
I'm looking for somebody just to say hi to me.
Cancer. Moody.
Cancer, moody. Ooh, we could talk about signs, too.
I was thinking about that before.
That's
We can
another
talk
one.
about that later.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about them, though.
That's a great. That's why we should ask.
Yeah.
That's why
We
should
need to
learn.
bring somebody.
We gotta learn.
We need to bring somebody here that knows a lot about it.
Amanda does.
I was asking her.
I do know a lot.
You think like the story
I
doesn't
think
add
so.
up?
What were you
Yeah.
asking me?
You told me you were going to write down my water sign, my
Your
birth
natal
sign,
chart?
my natal chart.
Yeah, we could do that.
Natal chart.
We
You
should
didn't
do
know
that.
what time you were born.
Yes, I did. I told you 7:30 something.
Could you look?
Yeah,
At,
30 something. I need to know.
could you look it up now?
Precisely. Yeah,
oh,
for
you
sure.
need to know?
Hmm?
You need to know for sure?
Yeah, like precise, like it matters.
Oh,
Things matter, Rob.
At the time?
things matter. But how do you know you were really born at that specific time? It could be
Your
off a
birth
minute.
certificate.
It could be off a minute or two. Alyssa's is off.
Okay, a
Were
minute
your
or two
kids
is
off a minute?
fine.
But you told me precise.
Precise.
Oh, Rob, you
Roughly
gotta be precise. I
precise.
can't do my needle signs unless you're precise.
Precisely.
Now it's okay to be a minute or two off.
Natal. I know, he said needle sign.
Natal.
Oh.
N-A-T-A-L.
Neonatal. Don't test me. Or Jeff.
Ever.
But anyway, we're here to talk about dating apps. Do dating apps matter? Are certain ones for more serious dating?
Certain apps better than others. Some people pay for some, right?
Yeah, there are some that are paying, and I always were under the impression that if you paid for it, you were more serious about
As a
it.
guarantee.
That's really interesting.
So, like,
Is that true? You never heard that?
for
I've never
marriage,
heard that until you mentioned it
'cause
the other day.
Some people could be pretty serious about,
The other stuff.
knocking boots.
That's what I thought. I mean, that's what Tinder is all about, right?
Hooking up.
Yeah.
For sure.
100%.
But now Amanda just told me about this new one, Hinge.
Hinge.
I've
And it's
never
free,
heard of that
right?
one.
Is it free?
It's free? Completely free? Or is it like a free trial?
No, it's free. And I have to say, I've noticed a
Different?
different quality of men.
Where'd you
on
hear about Hinge?
From SFK.
How do they broadcast themselves?
Who's
what are
SFK?
they, like,
Serena
Known for.
Kerrigan.
Can I show you guys?
Yeah.
Can we make
Ooh.
this real
Are we
quick?
making this an advertisement? Should we pay
Yeah.
them
So
for
this is my profile.
Okay.
So
Oh, the phone gets electromagnetic. You hear that?
oh, sorry.
Do you hear that?
So for instance, this is John. You know,
Hi,
looks
John.
like a decent guy.
It's probably a serial killer.
So where they live, their height,
Is that me? John
their
looks like me.
religion,
Rob,
Oh.
why are you on there, Rob?
That's not
and
me.
then you can pick, you know,
Oh, God, that guy looks like a
phrases.
tool. Why does he have his shirt up? Doesn't he have a six-pack?
clearly he wants to flaunt.
Okay.
A baby picture,
A
okay.
baby
So
picture. You're not
clearly he
dating
wants
that
to
kid,
get
are you?
personal a little bit, you know.
Yeah, show him what
A little
what
sentimental.
your kids will look like. Right? Is that what that's for?
Yeah, maybe.
Hmm.
We would have kids.
Do you have a band?
Clearly
with
we
him?
don't like him.
Oh, shit.
See, and then you
This-
get weirdos like
Oh, so you have this whole page is one person.
this whole thing.
Ah, that's smart.
That was that one guy?
It gives you a few minutes of like,
And then you have
Wait a
weirdos. Like
minute.
this guy just posts pictures of his cat.
yeah.
He's
Yeah.
a cat guy?
You know? I mean
I've
look at
never heard of
this.
that.
What's another name for cat? That's what he is. Skip.
Kitten?
Like what?
Kitty?
Kidding. See, I think dating
Let's
apps.
forward
I think
cat
dating
pictures.
apps are the future.
Like
Maybe
a
they
random
already are the
fact
future.
I love is fucking.
See,
Like weird.
Yeah.
Weird.
yeah.
Stupid.
So then some people take this seriously, some people don't.
Right.
So that
Right.
looks like there's some code.
I mean,
behind it.
see, Andre, you know,
Looks
he
like a
looks
nice
like
guy.
he would be nice.
Now Tinder, you keep flipping, right?
Jeez, it's the phone. That's crazy. That's the radiation from the phone.
It's the interference, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Interesting. Yeah, that's crazy.
Wait, let me hear it.
See, I think what I'm thinking here is that if people pay for it, they might be a little bit more serious about things, right?
Yeah.
Definitely.
True.
And I think that dating websites, if taken seriously, is the true future, because there are certain people like myself who I wouldn't want to meet somebody in a bar or a club. I'm not a drinker.
Definitely.
That's
I
not my
agree.
scene.
I'm not either.
Mm-hmm.
So where would I find this person? Unless you're meeting somebody through a friend,
Which I think is the best way too. I think
totally
it's-
the best, because you already feel like you know that person a little bit.
Yeah, and if you're friends with that person that introduced you,
Then you know
Kind
that,
of like a line of
they
trust.
kind of vet that person for you, and you're like, all right, this person's not crazy.
I mean, hopefully, right?
Somewhat,
Yeah.
right? I mean, usually it's like I got a perfect son for you. At least you can kind of,
Gauge. Well,
I agree.
This guy's not a serial killer.
yeah.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
So tell me about your experiences. So, like, you've been on 2 dating websites?
Mm-hmm.
Hinge
Oh no,
and Tinder. More?
What about something like
Bumble?
Tinder? But
Wait, what
what's
about
Bumble?
Plenty of Fish?
Bumble.
never.
So Bumble, Hinge,
Tinder.
Tinder.
Mhm.
And do you notice that Tinder was more guys that were just looking for...
Like DTF.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, for sure.
So you knew
like
what you were getting
straight
into.
hookups.
You,
But yeah.
and that's just understood that, okay, we're going to meet, and there's a good chance if we both connect, we're going to hook up. Like, no one's serious on Tinder.
I think it's
And
understood, right?
you
It's
always have that 1 ounce of hope,
But
But-
it's not.
but it's
never-
fake.
See, though, that's great, right?
But I have
Because-
to say, like, I like going on them because it teaches me, I don't know, it just, I
How
feel
to-
like it teaches me something about myself, things like I like to do that I don't like to do, and, you know.
you're forced to ask
So-
these certain questions, so then you find out maybe who you really are, and kind of like what you really want.
Yeah, yeah.
And what do you want?
Still being decided.
There you go.
Hence why I'm still dating.
If you're unsure. So does ethnicity make a factor in who you pick?
Yeah,
Okay. Religion?
yes,
Looks?
yes.
What's your perfect guy?
I don't know.
See? Does she?
See, this is the issue.
This is the problem here.
You,
don't
don't
even
know.
know. You don't know what you want.
No.
But do you think that's the problem, or do you think that's like, okay, because then you could just narrow it down, you know?
Mm-hmm. That's true too.
But are you picky?
Yes.
But you don't have a type.
Yeah, so you see what I'm
Kind of
saying?
not picky. But, like, I guess, I don't know.
Do you like the dad bod?
I
you
do
like
have
people
a
that are-
type. European.
European.
Not from. I definitely like.
Foreign.
Eccentric. Yes. Like I've always been interested in like the weird.
Mm.
You know, like
Or the
something
different.
like different. Yeah.
She's probably just looking for a new adventure.
Do you prefer muscles or dad bod?
Either.
You don't
But
care.
definitely somebody who like appreciates health and fitness and
So they don't have to be chiseled.
no.
Hmm.
But I think you definitely have to be like physically attracted.
Oh, that's number one. I don't.
You
If
know?
anyone says otherwise, they're lying.
Right.
If that's
Like
a
oh,
complete,
personality. Like
that's a complete lie. You, and I'll tell you why. And I hope everyone agrees with me. If you have a fight with that person, right, and you're arguing with them, you don't like them for a week, because that happens, especially when you have kids. You want to look at that person and be like, "Wow, I really can't stand them, but they're so pretty." And it brings you back to that person.
Yeah, for sure.
Because if that person was like borderline ugly,
right.
they're gone. I'm
That's
sorry.
it.
It's the
Cut you off.
truth. And you know what? It doesn't matter if like they're universal good looking. Like you have to find them attractive.
Right.
So like if you're fighting with them, or,
And I feel like with he who shall not be named,
yeah,
like I did not want to jump his bones.
You didn't.
No.
But I thought you did. You thought he was so good looking.
Yes, but like I
you don't want to jump.
In
his-
certain
that's
ways.
that's a problem. That's a problem.
It
You-
is.
You have to really want to be with that person. Like every time you see that person, at least for the first year, maybe longer, you want to get butterflies.
And
Especially
you
when you
yeah,
first
that
start.
went out the door like 3 months in.
Maybe you got too comfortable.
I have a question for you, Rob. Do you still get butterflies with Jess sometimes?
Oh boy.
Do I have to answer this honestly?
But they say
I'm gonna ask you.
they say when
Yes, I
you
do.
meet
Still
your
waiting.
they say when you meet your soulmate you don't get butterflies.
Who said that? Who's they?
Gandhi.
I'm so tired of this
Gandhi.
they stuff. Who?
Gandhi
Gandhi.
said it.
Gandhi?
Or some Buddhist or some monk said when you meet your soulmate, it's more of a sense of you're
Connection.
calm, you're peaceful. Like the butterflies is like an anxious thing.
Yeah, but when you meet that person that is your soulmate, don't you think that you're going to be nervous to kiss them because you don't want to screw it up?
No, I think you're going to be calm. Like I think it's like a very peaceful feeling, like just a bond.
I know I was super comfortable.
Right.
With Jess when I met her.
That's
super comfortable. Like
someone you already met.
it was like
you.
I knew it. I knew
Yeah.
it for like a week in. I knew that I was going to marry her.
That's what
so weird,
every
right?
guy says that.
Yeah, I felt that way about Liz too, honestly.
Yeah, every guy
But this
says
is the girl that you wanted.
Yeah,
you
100%.
wanted to marry.
I knew that it was going to be like, that's it, you know?
This is getting deep.
Like really deep, and
Did
it
you
almost sounds cliche, but that's
That's so
exactly
true.
how I felt, yeah.
I swear to
100%.
God, I've heard every guy say like they knew the
Just
minute they met their person that they
Guy.
were going to marry them.
Guy.
Yes,
How about females?
I've never heard about females.
Wait a minute. The first minute that you met her?
It's not the first minute.
Like the first
But
week,
within
I
a
guess.
short time of knowing.
I knew the first night we hung out. It's interesting. It's the first night we hung out. She came over. She worked at like a banquet hall. And it was late when she came by because that was the only way we were able to really hang out. And we just had a good talk. And we kissed 4 hours.
Aw.
4 hours?
No, I just said 4, right? Yeah, just 4. From 12 to 4 a.m.
Okay.
But it wasn't about
What time did you go to sleep?
it wasn't about jumping her bones at the time. I really
Or
wanted
what?
to connect. It was weird, and I was young, but I really wanted to connect with her
How old
and
you?
get to know
19?
her. I was 19,
Wow.
and I felt like I never was going to meet anybody. Being so young too, and having my whole life to date, I still felt like every girl I met was just not for me.
Yeah.
But now this is the future. I have a couple friends that
Right.
are married from
Online websites?
what's
Like,
the
dating
what's
apps?
the one Match. My friend happily married. They're great, and it was great because he was typically like me. You know, he was more not really going out to the club. He was a really good guy. He focused on his studies, and where was he going to meet his sweetheart?
It's tough when you're in school. I mean, you got nothing else to do
You got nothing
besides
else.
study and practice.
But anyway, like, what if you like to go to Broadway shows? So you're going to go to a Broadway show. You're not going to.
yeah,
You're not going to be like, I'm
mingle.
single with a big sign, and,
Right.
and you know, so you could write that on a bio or a profile. Like, I think dating apps are just the
Opens
way
up
to
a
be.
whole new-
Yeah,
It's amazing. I mean, what did people do 60 years ago, right? Think about that.
they went to balls and dances.
But then this is also the thing. It's like overstimulating.
Right, I think
it's like you have
it's
too
an
many
ocean of
choices.
people now.
Too
Right,
many.
exactly.
Too many choices.
And it makes it very easy for people to become disposable. So
'Cause if
it's
somebody-
kind of just like a
Wow,
fucking
yeah.
chuck. Just like
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
get the next one. I'll swipe right
Next
on the
man
next
up.
one.
Mm-hmm.
So you become like almost how I feel. It's just like on to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next.
Right.
You know?
This guy didn't do
Like as
some-
bad as that sounds, it's just like my mentality is like, oh, there'll be an X. There'll be an X.
Were you ever in love?
No.
Never.
I don't. Alyssa thinks so, but I don't know.
What was your longest
What do
relationship?
you think? 8 months.
I do think.
8 months?
Yeah.
Wow, that's not that long.
No, I know, but I mean,
But a lot of people get married too at like 8-9 months.
that's true too.
But
the-
that's older, right? The older.
Yeah, like my parents too.
Yeah, they knew each other, but I think back then it was more acceptable that you met somebody quickly and you got married.
Yeah.
Right. I think today, if you meet somebody, it's like, and I think it's just so easy to get divorced today.
Yeah, it's definitely much.
it's normalized.
It's normalized, which is okay. I
Yeah,
mean, it's good.
fine.
No one should be forced, and I think
No.
that not to get into political stuff, but why should you be shunned from a certain religion if you got divorced? I mean, that's crazy. That's not what
Agreed.
That's
this
not
world is
loving.
about. No,
Yeah,
But why do you think divorce rates are so high?
because I think it's easy to.
and it's not being taken seriously enough. Maybe.
And I want to say something. People don't
Work it
try. They don't try enough. They don't communicate. You're gonna go through hiccups. You're gonna fight. It's inevitable. People who say they don't fight, they're lying.
100%.
Well, I think
I mean, first off, if they say they don't fight, it's like that's psychotic. No, you don't.
Of course you fight. You have to fight. You have to fight.
Yeah,
It's so good to fight.
Yeah.
You don't have to get physical and
You don't want to
crazy.
agree on everything too. That's
But
what makes it interesting.
Do you
I think your
it
passion-
has anything to do with the fact that sometimes people haven't figured themselves out yet?
I don't think anyone knows who they truly are.
I still don't know who I am.
Yeah, like
Yeah, I
people
think
say that, like you have to
everyday
know who
thing.
you are before you could
I
find
don't think
somebody
you
else.
could ever. I think it's like
no, because
that's
you're always
wrong.
adapting
Yeah.
and changing.
I agree. I think
Everybody
that's,
wakes up different every
that's
single day. I
bullcrap.
think. What do you think?
You don't think so?
No. I think I definitely need to know everything before I...
Jump into
Give-
something.
I think you'll keep waiting for that. But
Yep.
it'll never happen.
It'll never happen. He's right.
Well, then I'm
It's
going
like
to die
chasing-
alone, I
yeah.
guess.
No.
Chasing
No.
the wave, it's not coming.
No, I think you have to adapt.
I mean, I don't know either.
no, we don't
I'm
know. This
just-
is just
It's
Yeah.
personal experience. I mean,
and you just always want to be with that person, and that person always wants to be with you, and that's how you know.
It's just very easy
Mhm.
to be with.
It's
I'm thinking a lot.
difficult. Yeah, this isn't deep thought right here.
mhm.
But can you really meet somebody from? You know what? It's the Instagram, it's the fake Facebook posts. You know, people pretend to have these certain lives, and you can go on to somebody's, Instagram page and say, "Oh, Julie."
Because all they post is what they want
Yeah.
you to see.
Right. To see.
The perfect image of
Right.
what they want themselves to be seen as.
Right. And then, Rob and Jess say, or Rob looks at this and says, "Oh wow, Frank is so happy with his wife. She's superwoman. She's this, she's that." Well, Frank just told me in a private message that he hates his wife.
Yeah.
So and that's normal, right? It's normal to kind of hate her,
Right, but other people see that
but
and say,
pe-
wow, I wish I had
right?
that.
Yeah.
So someone like you're scrolling on Frank's page and you're like, "Oh man, like Frank loves Julie so much." Like, no, he's lying.
But
You're
then
probably
it comes
cheating.
down to why do we try and portray this image for what? Because it's what society wants us
Yeah.
to believe. It's what?
It's society.
Why can't we just be honest and be ourselves and be?
I don't think it works like that now, because it's what social media does to us. We always have to get like the nicest car or the
'Cause
nicest
we're always
bag.
comparing.
We're always trying to be better than our neighbor.
And
messed
you're
up.
always just trying to reach the next best thing, continuously chasing.
And there's always something better out there, right? Like there's always something, but there's always a nicer car, a
That's
newer
right.
car, a newer bag,
Mhm.
or so if you
Always.
chase that,
But you're never gonna get it.
you're never going to get it. I think you have to be happy with and be blessed and really appreciate everything that you do have, and stop focusing on the things that you don't have.
That's big too. I think that being thankful in general,
Thankful. That's the emotion.
Gratitude.
thankful,
But
just
truly
makes you happy
thankful.
for what it true. I think
But
that's true happiness. Is
You have to
thankfulness.
wake up and say, "I'm thankful," just to
Yep.
wake up. And once you start doing that, I think your life changes. Your life
Absolutely.
change. It's life changing.
You get a lot of positivity that way brought to you.
Yeah.
All good things,
But talking about the divorce, I think that, like you just said, like it's so easy to cheat now because it's just up to the next one. So a guy's not, especially when you have kids. You think life's hard now. Forget about it. When you have, Alyssa, Jeff, they have 1, I have 4. We don't even sleep in the same bed half the time. So how are you going to connect with your wife and make things work the proper way, right? If you're not even snuggling at night with them. And I'm not even talking about anything sexual.
Just as an hourly basis.
Just
That's
talking, conversing, say, "Hey,
It's like
how
not
was your
that
day?"
much time in the day to actually do that.
No, there's not enough
That's
time.
what I'm saying. I think it's like work too. It's
work.
your work ethic too. It's
You know
like
what I want to say? Remember we were driving through Newark and we saw that it was not a store, but it was a storefront. It said divorce $99.
oh yeah, it was like $3.99,
Like that makes it like
$100, whatever
you know,
it was. Yeah,
It's just
make it
common and
easier.
it's
Super common. But I think, and this is probably for another episode, is that communication is key. I think if everybody grew a set, I don't think the divorce rate would be that high. Like
you mean like
everyone
they
plays
give
game.
up
No,
and like
no, you just tell them the truth. Like, hey, listen, this is
Yeah.
this is what's bothering me. Okay, we don't do X, so either you want to change or do X with me, and that's it.
And actively listening.
And actually try to make a change.
So you don't believe in like midlife crises or anything like that?
I think there are. I mean, that's real. But I think that if you're having a midlife crisis, right, then I
feel like it's mostly the women though. Like
that are the problem.
The temptation. I mean, women cheat just as much as men.
I always get the impression that like it's like the guy that gets like the motorcycle because he's having a midlife crisis,
or a car,
but
it's also like the women though.
But what's wrong?
Like,
so what do you think about women being like that?
I honestly think it's because they missed out on something like in the beginning of their life that they're trying to search for in their husband and they don't find it, and then.
But it goes back to the communication. If she just communicated with him and said, "Hey, you're not doing it for me sexually," or whatever the case may be, then if she had that honest conversation with him and said, we need to do, then maybe he might come up with something a little more XXX for them. Seriously, not to get like graphic, but like, hey, listen, maybe he'd be up for that.
Mm-hmm.
Something, anything.
Maybe that works for them.
Maybe that right, whatever it is. Maybe he feels he doesn't feel loved anymore, so he doesn't do the things that he used to do when he was younger. Seriously. So I think that communicating is huge in life and relationships. And you really got to say what you mean and mean what you say.
Life is all about relationships.
Deep in podcast number 3.
Yeah.
Ooh. Deep.
It is about relationships.
It is.
Business is about relationships. Mm-hmm. Love is about relationships.
Friends.
Everything.
Friends is about relationships.
Mm-hmm.
And then you lose a lot of friends when you have babies or when you get married, or it's just what it is.
Until they get babies.
And then they understand.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Because then it's a different relationship at that point.
And then you might raise your kids differently. And
even when you get a girlfriend. Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. I went through that
with Jess.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of my friends, you know what I mean?
You don't even talk to them as much.
Or it's not the same. They think I'm different because I've been in a relationship, And
it's not the case.
Either.
Nothing happens.
Yep.
Nothing happens.
Yep.
But that's just what it is.
That's an interesting thing. Remember, Alyssa, would you let Jess go through your phone?
Now? Whatever.
Like, go through your text messages?
Yeah. Nothing to hide.
Like now it's like...
The only time I would be shady...
Do you think that's healthy?
Do I think it's healthy? So you're saying like maybe there's not a trust thing?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in the beginning...
Like, my ex would always go through my phone.
I mean...
But that bothers me because I feel like he didn't trust you. He was looking for something.
Yes.
So that's different.
That's his insecurity.
Me going through Jeff's phone, I'm not looking for something.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm changing
like
a
picture
a song.
of Alessia or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I...
Well, it's different
same
now.
with him, with me.
Mm-hmm.
Or he'll fuck with me and put like a different wallpaper on. Like something funny.
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah.
Right.
But did you go through his phone?
Yes, because he went through mine, and then it just became this unhealthy thing.
Habitual thing that you guys did.
It's gross.
See, that's normal in the beginning, though.
I think so,
because
too.
you have previous relationships with other girls, other people. Mm-hmm. So, in the beginning, maybe it's not as... But then, I had nothing to hide when I met her. Mm. And there were other girls who called me, and there was probably other guys that reached out to her. Right. But if that ever happened, I think it was just better just to say, hey, listen, Julie reached out to me. Yeah, we used to hook up, whatever. Or do you not want to talk about this? Because there are certain guys that don't want to talk about their girls' pasts.
Which I couldn't. That's...
No, you need to know.
Yeah,
I need to know. But I know a couple of guys who they married their wife, and I'm like, oh, how many? Do you even know how many guys she slept with? And they were like, no, you talked about your wife about that stuff.
Do you think that's normal? What do you think?
Yeah.
Like their body count.
Do you ask?
Is that called their body count?
Yeah, but like a body count, belt count.
How many people they?
Is that a question that you ask your boyfriends? Do you want to know how many girls he slept with?
Yeah.
And like if he ever was in love, or
it's a must for me.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't know if it's a must.
It is.
Wow.
For me.
To me too. I would think it's a must as well.
You need. I need.
How many people they've slept with?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think that's a must. I think if they've been in love, yes.
If they've been, so you think being in love
even with my ex, I wasn't like, oh, who was
your
last girlfriend? How long were we together for? I'm just worried about us. I don't really care about
That's a good attitude.
That's a good attitude.
But did you know how many girls he slept with?
No.
No.
I don't think so.
Did he know how many guys you slept with?
Yes. But that's how the relationship
But that's
went.
unfair.
That-
That's very
It was
unfair.
always me giving, and him just making his own set of rules.
selfish.
But if one person doesn't want to know, one person does want to know, that's a
right,
problem.
I guess so. Right?
That's almost a problem because
if he didn't ask.
It's a one-way street.
they're not compatible. I don't think that's compatible. And you can't make or break it just based on that. But it's like, are we going to be open or are we not going to be open? It's like being half pregnant.
I have a question too. Do you think political views matter? Because I do.
Oh yeah.
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 I think that it's like that's like 5 bullets in one covered.
I think political
It's like
views.
right or
matter.
left, you know.
But
He
there are
was
certain-
liberal, like so liberal.
Oh, he was.
Yeah.
And you were more on the conservative end. You know,
And did you?
It's
butt
hard to
heads
sit at
with
those
that?
family dinners for sure.
Were you just silent?
Yeah.
And that
Because they're
president
just
guy.
so, like, you know.
Did they know you were the other side?
He's such a womanizer and he's this and
Yeah.
see, politics are always tough. I don't think I could marry somebody who had different views than me.
Mm-hmm.
or
That's what I'm saying.
even friendships are hard. Like
covers a lot
my
of things.
friend
Yes, Amanda.
had her boyfriend hop on here and he was like, "Oh, you know whose fault this whole virus is, right?" He's like, "Trump's." I'm like, "Listen, I can't fight you on this, but I'll be more than happy to grab my brother and you guys can debate about it."
But like, yeah, right. Like, how do you know it was him specifically when a lot of news
Yeah,
says otherwise, you know?
I mean, this is a worldwide. You can't blame specifically
For
one
that.
one
Yeah.
person.
It's like we're all like,
Definitely.
let's all
It's
get
not even-
through
it doesn't
this
even make sense, is what
together.
I'm saying.
Like he's your president too.
yeah.
I agree.
Politics are tough, but dating somebody who has different political views, yeah, I don't, yeah, but there are so many things that shouldn't be political views. Abortion, you know, that shouldn't be a political view. That's a personal
But it
choice.
becomes political.
Talking about political views like abortion too. It's like you could disagree, kinda.
Yeah, you
right
could be
now,
halfway.
Right now, the spectrum is either you're right or left, and
it's not true.
50-50, right?
Yeah.
You could be like in between. You could be 25% on something.
Yes, like if the person was, raped or something like
Right.
that, then it's fine. My thing is, I'm more the Constitution, I guess, right? People's rights.
Right. Same.
Just let people do what they want to do.
Have freedom.
Have freedom. That's what we're built on. I don't know, that we're jumping.
Yeah, we are jumping.
Completely jumping.
Mm-hmm.
But that
Okay.
was...
But back to the topic, I guess we were talking about the relationships and being political. We could talk about, if you're right or left, your beliefs are swaying to a certain side, and you usually align in the same spectrum.
I think that's something that's
Yeah.
important.
Definitely.
Especially, I think that's important. But we went from dating apps to buying dating apps. Are people...
Well, on the dating apps, they say their political view,
Yeah.
and I have to
That's
say,
important. I
like,
think that's great.
sometimes
It's a
if
big one.
other things beat out the other, if it says liberal, but like, their favorite book is,
Your book.
I don't know,
Then maybe you'll
like
give it a
Wuthering
chance.
Heights. I'm like, okay, like,
And then you're good.
Somebody's out there like.
What about like
Right.
smoker, non-smoker?
That I think is
that's
huge.
huge
Yes,
too.
yes,
I'm
yes.
like, yeah,
Which is funny because I feel like
I feel
nobody
like nobody smokes anymore, but everyone vapes.
Yeah.
which is
I think
probably worse.
I think if you vape, you're still in the. I think it might be worse, honestly.
and
I
they're
don't-
saying it's
Than a
linked to
cigarette?
COVID
Yeah.
too. Actually,
The vaping?
my mom said
Oh yeah, I've
wouldn't be
heard
surprised.
stories on that too.
Yeah.
It's linked to COVID.
somehow
What about
I'm gonna look that
drinker,
up.
drinker, non-drinker?
wine. Like
that-
I want to be
it-
smashing grapes in Greece. Like bring me to your vineyard.
That came out. The vaping thing came out when they were also worried about all the kids on the beaches during spring break as well.
Yes.
Which most vapors are about the same
The age.
as the kids on the beach.
I think it's
Which is just funny news at the same time.
I think it's the chemicals that are added to the vape that are the
Sure.
issues.
Right.
I think
Propylene
that's-
glycol,
I
right?
How
think
do you
causes
even know what's
popcorn
in
lung.
that?
Yeah, I think that's all. That's with everything, though.
Yep.
Right.
We got
Everything
some-
can be laced.
Everything could be. It's crazy.
So
But-
it's like, how do you really know where it's coming from?
Yeah, you need third party studies. That's what I'm. Show me the science. Show me where that nicotine came from. Show me that it's not contaminated with anything.
Right.
And then we just have to have safer things,
Absolutely.
right? I think we really should, and real independent studies, and then I think those things will kind of go away. But very interesting talk. Anything else you'd like to add? We need to do some kind of dating something for you.
Yeah.
We need to do something cool
if
with
anyone
that.
has any good ideas, just shoot us a
We could maybe play a
DM.
game with
a
that.
DM,
Slide up
something
in our
like that.
DMs.
Yeah.
Slide up into her
We'll
DM.
interview a few guys and have you on the show as well. We'll have like a little mini date through the phone.
Yeah, we should pay
for
should
sure.
pay for the date.
Definitely 6 feet apart. COVID-19, but we're following everything.
COVID-19.
We'll
actually-
set up a couple questions for them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
See if they
Questionnaire.
pass the test.
We'll vet them a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
Sounds good.
It'll be fun.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this pretty much wraps up the dating. Wow, we went a
Yeah,
little.
we scattered.
We
a
scattered.
bit.
I think we know a few more topics to go over now too.
Yeah, I think we have some cool new topics to talk about.
Yeah.
So,
Lissa's laughing at me over there.
thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it.
Yeah, this is great, guys.
Yeah, it's
And
fun.
Yeah.
let us know what you guys want to talk about,
Yeah.
so we can really get down to it.
Need more topics. Thank
Yep.
you guys.
Good night.